Our job is to select all of the different equations that describe this same function. So you'll notice here in the original function, they're giving us that x and y are on the same side of the equal sign, and some of the other choices are not. And so we basically just want to see if they're equivalent. So you'll notice that for A, if you multiply everything by 10, you get the same equation. And we know from our last unit, in Unit 4, that it's an infinite set of solutions if you have a system where it looks like that. One equation is just a multiple of another one. Likewise, for B, if we divide everything by 12 in the original and then put it where y is by itself, it will be equal. So that one is the same. For C, if we divide everything by, what would we need to divide everything by? 6. We will end up with the same equation in C because we have 2, 12, and 10. I was just looking to see what shared factors there are for C. So that one also works. And then for D, because we have this plus 6 here, it's going to be not the same because we've already checked that B is the same, so that won't work. For E, if we go through and divide everything by 72, because that's the number in front of that, we would end up with these fractions for the other pieces. So although the fractions look like dreaded, if you go through and divide 12 and 60 by that, you'll end up with those fractions. So E also works. But F and G are not going to work. G especially, because you'll see that it's the same situation here where we have that plus that we had in D, so that won't work. And then for F, it's not dividing everything by the same number. So those are the possibilities that could be different. The other piece I wanted to point out is the equations. When they give us that multiple thing, we know that it's going to be more than one answer.